Hello and welcome to Top Sim. I am William Lebowski, and 100 times thank you guys very much for subscribing to the channel because we have reached the threshold of 100 subscribers, which means we have been rewarded with our own URL, youtube.com/TopSim. I'm actually very excited about that. I think that's a pretty significant, pretty huge, pretty rewarding milestone for 100 subscribers. So thank you guys for being part of it. Thank you guys for getting me there. I think it's really, really, really cool to have a piece of YouTube in that regard for reaching 100 subscribers. So thank you guys for helping me get a little bit of part of YouTube with that domain, so to say. And the next thing that, to have a piece of YouTube is that play button. But aside from that, 1,000 subscribers, I think, is a much more realistic goal for the channel and where we want to take it next. But I'm very excited to continue to work on growing the channel and getting, and getting the ball rolling, getting the snowball hopefully moving. More on that as we get racing. But just before we started, I wanted to say thank you guys very much for subscribing. I do appreciate it. It really does mean a lot to me, and this has been a very exciting moment and milestone for me. So thank you. Let's get into the racing now, though. All right, here we go. We are starting in 5th place after qualifying. Just decided to skip qualifying because it seemed like a good idea. Oh, it looks like we're getting mugged here on the start. We might lose position quickly. But I have tried to record this video several times going into it. Oh, lots of mugging on the inside there. But it just wasn't getting it done, or I would get to the point where literally have a minute left in the race. I would ruin my race, or I would do something that would cause me to be in a situation now where I have to spend the last 3 minutes, fixing a mistake. And I just didn't want that to be. I felt like it was good racing. It was exciting, trying to see if I could, make the comeback. But that's not the type of video I envisioned for a 100 subscriber special, so to say. I didn't want it to be full of mistakes and fixing errors as much as just actually chasing bumpers and actually chasing cars and having fun, clean racing. I thought that would be more of an exciting reward than, spinning out and trying to, make up position mid-pack. I don't think that would be a very exciting watch. So I want to bring something a little bit more exciting to the table than that. But have not, whoa, just barely caught the curb there. Have not mentioned it yet, but this is one of those faux 24-hour races where I have a 25-minute race and the weather dialed into 60 times so we can get a day and night cycle throughout the racing, but still a relatively short amount of race time, just barely enough to get, some solid racing from wherever you start. But now looking at the ticker here, I see we've dwindled back from oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's see. I see we've dwindled down into just barely inside the top 10. It's time to start moving our way forward. We're going to get a nice draft on this Porsche. But as I was saying earlier, me creating Top Sim videos is something that's here to stay for sure. It's actually kind of a great perfect storm for me personally, because there's kind of a couple factors that have, really make it a perfect storm for me. And the first one being I have been a gamer my whole life, and I know people say that a lot, but literally I'm the youngest of 7 kids, and so they were all playing the original Game Boys and Nintendo 64s, Super Nintendos before my existence. They were all gamers, before I was born, which is why they still kick my ass today in Mario Kart, even though I spend all of the time in the fake race car. But anyway, I've always got, their hand-me-downs. When my oldest sister got a Game Boy Color, I got her old, chunky Game Boy as the youngest. And so, ooh, a little bit of a slide, just barely catching curb. And so I've just always been involved in gaming in one shape or another. Shooters historically have been where I've spent most of my time gaming. Punterino. This is not at all what I wanted to do there. I did not think they needed to slow down so much for that. Let's see, ran that guy out of track a little bit. Sometimes that's the name of the game. But factor number 2 is that I think a lot of people get into sim racing because it is a more accessible form of motorsport. It's much easier to get involved in sim racing than it is to get involved in motorsports, and I think a lot of people have a goal of wanting to be in motorsports or wanting to have the motorsports experience. But you know, you can spend a couple $1,000s and have yourself an amazing sim rig, or you can spend a couple $1,000s and have yourself an amazing 10 minutes in a race car or whatever. You know, maybe not 10 minutes is not, you know, the amount of time. I have no idea. I've never driven a real race car, but I think everyone understands the analogy. And even, you know, karting is a super expensive endeavor, so it's not like you can, you know, find a cheap motorsport to get yourself into. Even, you know, the entry levels of motorsports are very expensive, so that's not where I come in from. I am not searching for motorsport, but rather I am entered from cycling, a position of cycling. Road cycling has been something that I've been doing. I've had my first race in 2006, and I've been hit by cars in situations on the bikes, very not seriously, but off the bike I have been hit by a car a little bit more seriously. And since then, I just don't really want to be on the side of the road for many reasons. Whether it be on a bike, I don't want to just be. I don't want to be in the middle of nowhere out on the road, you know, just in a tight Lycra suit and my bike, and that's it. You know, just whatever water I can carry on in the bottle cages. It just that aspect of cycling is no longer appealing to me, but the competitive nature of wanting to be faster obviously does. And so I think that's where, you know, getting faster and sim racing in general really applies itself to cycling, as well as line choicing and just knowing how, you know, race pacing works, and in all aspects of, you know, kind of racing, of being interested in racing from those types of points of view. And then the third thing that makes Top Sim really a perfect storm for me is I am actually a holder of a fine art degree. I'm a fine artist in photography and video. And so making videos is something that I love to do, and especially about things that I really enjoy. And so, like I said, gaming is, you know, obviously been a huge lifelong passion of mine. So I love, you know, sharing that side of, you know, who I am. I love sharing gaming itself with people even. So that is, you know, what has created the perfect storm that is Top Sim, if anybody is curious. And also, obviously, having watched a good bit of Top Gear, and thinking, like, I could do this with fake race cars. I could be a maybe slightly dry, slightly funny, unskilled motorist. I think I could do that. But as I notice up ahead in the road, we are approaching some lapped traffic. This is a multi-class race between GT3 and GT5 cars. It looks like up ahead the road is our first lapped traffic car, our first GT5 car that we're seeing still well within daylight hours. Whoa! Grabbed way too much gravel on the inside, almost went around. The car's front end is already up to 9% damage from accidentally punterinoing that one guy, and then there was one other incident that gave us some damage, and we are really off the line a little bit. That's going to start costing us time as our tires wear. We're able to hold it well with our tires, but the second that goes, we are going to lose any bit of time we are able to hold. Let's see if we can follow the line a little bit better here. That was a little bit better. Let's see, get ourselves in there. Gas too early, too much too early. Let's go ahead and throw the lights on now so we don't have to fiddle with that any other time. While we're on the straight is a great time to do that. Oh, man, so I've been thinking about not only how far I have come in sim racing, but how far Automobilista 2 itself as a sim has come. Because, you know, it's easy to think about, you know, myself and my channel and that kind of progress that I've made over this milestone. But Automobilista 2 has kind of been almost always involved on my channel, and I think that is because Project Cars 2 was my introduction into, you know, getting really immersed into sim racing. And immersed, I mean in the sense of, you know, not just the getting, you know, your toes wet for the first time in sim racing, but I mean immersed in racing itself. That Madness engine really does an incredible job of immersion. And so that was the first time I've ever really gotten immersed into sim racing. So when I heard about Automobilista 2, someone told me it's that game but Formula 1. And because at the time, that's really all they had. And I was instantly sold because I was spending a lot of time. I'm going to make a huge mistake there. I got to really be careful. I was spending a lot of time playing F1 2020, or an F1 19, and getting a little bit bored of the physics, and getting a little bit bored of it's just a little bit of a race of who can stay on the racing line, the dynamic racing line, not the real racing line, the best, which is can be a little bit. Whoa, huge lap traffic in front of. Okay. All right, huge accident. I need to yield position quick. Let's see. All right, there we go. That was horrendous. How is my car still functioning? Let's see, is it? Let's get a feel for it. I would normally restart, but like I had mentioned earlier, I've had to restart this video so many times, and it's just now getting to the point where it's like, yeah, is the car still moving? Let's keep going then. Let's see, just going on the outside of these GT5 cars. Oh, there's going to be another huge accident. Oh, it almost happened right with me. All right, me and this Merc are going to get out of here. Whoa, the BMW on the outside. Nice move. Oh, we are desperate to get around these cars. Okay. I did not expect that the lapped traffic is going to be the most exciting part of this race. Okay. That has certainly done a number on the positions, and not necessarily our driver order, but as much as the spacings itself. Driver order did seem to change up a bunch as well. Oh! Jeez, that was awful. So, multi-class racing, maybe not 100% figured out in AMS2. But we are now in the top 5 after claiming those couple positions pretty cheekily. It looks like we have our work cut out for us now. Doesn't seem like there's any lap traffic ahead of those 4 cars. I think I saw 4 sets of lights in front of me. As we go into sundown, we have our work cut out for us. Let's see. That BMW is trying every single opportunity they get to get in front of me. See, if they held on a little bit closer, they would have had the draft on me. Instead, they got too close on the exit and had to back off at the perfectly wrong time. I hit the braking zone very early. They're going to have to watch the inside. Oh, lots of contact. All right, we lost 2 positions. Squeezing that guy out. Sorry, not today, buddy. All right, we got to get those 2 positions back for sure. I cannot believe still that earlier when we first came up into the lap traffic where I went off course, I cannot believe the car did not get more damage. Thank God it's not iRacing. It would have been completely over at this point. But that was some ridiculous moves there. Let's see. Very tight racing in front of me for 5th place. And I am just waiting in the arms to catch up or for someone to make a mistake. And it looks like it's mistakes that's going to be made by both drivers. I missed the braking zone by a huge margin. And I lose a huge amount of time. Okay. That's awful. That was awful. Alright, so that was our setback for what happened earlier in the lap traffic incident. And now we have to make up for it. Oh, I thought I was going to hit the pylon there. The Merc is coming. Let's see. We're going to have to get better at braking into turn 1 because we're losing a lot here. Oh, so much contact every single time. Although we can always count on saving our ass by pushing somebody off a little bit there. Oh, thank God we can run wide there, because that's the only way that that's going to save us here. All right, we're scrambling now as we're looking at potentially losing even our top 10. It's time to start really gaining up some ground now. So sorry if my sentence structure or just words in general has turned into complete garbage, as now I've focused on trying to put some rubber on the road and get some ground covered. There we go on the inside, which is now turning into the outside. Oh, just getting right in front of me there. That seemed pretty dangerous to me, bud. Cost me 2 positions. We are just getting absolutely mugged. All right, I think it's time to go no more Mr. Nice Guy. Let's remove the HUD. Let's get rid of all this extra extraneous distractions. Let's start moving in on some cars because we have been angered. Let's get a nice little draft off this Porsche. Let's beat him into turn 1. Let's catch the bumper of the Mercedes at the bottom of the... Wow. Wow, Porsche. I caught a little bit of grass there. That's a little bit unsafe. Braking on those curbs always is terrifying. All right, now we're staying on them a little bit closer. We'll be ready to make a move. Wow, they are really wanting to beat me out on every single braking zone. Okay. Closing the door on me when I'm already there. I am going to pass him with joy. There we go, there it is. Curb to curb, coast to coast, make the move on the car in front. All right, we got some work to do. Oh no. Little bit of a slide there. Brake at the wrong point in time. I don't know why I started to brake right as I started to turn. We have 7 minutes, just under 7 minutes to go. We just made it to the top 10. Those 3 positions in front of me, I want them. I want them. Merc is fast off the exit. Let's see if we can keep this draft though, because there is a potential for getting 2 at the turn 1 here. There it is. Oh, it's just going to be one, is it? All right, we'll take the one. That corner is so much more tricky than it appears. Okay, I think everyone's going to really start fighting for their inside top 10 finishes because everyone's dreaming of this podium, and by everyone I mean these AI. See, that guy has battled very hard for that position and for that contact. I will run you wide and not feel bad about it at all. Slow in and be as fast as you can out. 5 minutes. And I see a cluster of 3 cars in front of me, which is always exciting. We could get us into the top 5 here. Running wide on exit. Oh, and wide again. They start to drift away as they get a nice run off of that corner. A little bit of bumping in front of me. That's exactly what I want to see. Start fighting for those action spots a little bit more. Inside, get on the inside. No, no. Okay. Thank God that lapsed traffic saved me from really spending too much time losing out on those. Oh boy, double wide, double stacked. Let's try the inside. Ooh, the inside is swell, huh? Oh, but we're stuck behind the lapsed traffic now. There we go. Oh, at least we didn't lose anything there. All right, 2 positions, please. All right, so this is a very curious time for some lapsed traffic. Oh boy, everybody. I can't believe we're battling at sunrise going through the field of lapsed traffic in the final 3 minutes of racing. Oh, cheeky top 5. Cheeky top 5. All right, this car in front of us is a GT3 car. It looks like a Porsche from back here. In fact, decent luck getting around the Porsche so far. Let's see if we can do it one more time. Oh, look at that beautiful sunrise. What is this sim? Oh, it looks like they're getting slowed down by some lapsed traffic in front of them. It looks like we are now too. All right, 2.5 minutes to go, which means we'll probably have 2 laps left. So maybe we can turn this 5th place finish into a 4th place finish since we see this guy in front of us. Oh, almost lost it in the turn there, in the braking zone rather. They're so quick on the exits. I still haven't mastered my throttle control. But I still haven't got to the point with my throttle control where I can gain speed off exit like that. People can just really drive away from me on the exit of corners. Right on the bumper. Right on the bumper. Let's see if this sim computer guy is going to make a mistake that we can capitalize on. Let's just stay calm. Let's not pretend like we don't see the potential to get 2 more positions in front of this guy. Oh, yes. Coast to coast on the curbs. Hit all of them, hit 3. All right, let's keep it calm. Let's try not to overdrive it, catching any of these cars in front of us. Let's see, 52 seconds. Are we gonna make another lap, or is this gonna be the final lap? I think we might make another lap, which is good for me. Oh, we're getting closer to those cars. I'm kind of glad I don't have the relative between me and them, because I would just be staring at that, not the distance to them. But we're getting faster every lap, and every braking zone I just want to get into it later and later and later. Okay, so we got our wish. We got the final lap and 2 cars in front of us, and they're battling side by side. That was not the time to risk it for the biscuit. They are really covering these moves. I love it. They know exactly what position they're in, too. Like, they know that they're the last barrier. Oh. I'm not... That was where I have made a couple moves in the past, so that would have been a good opportunity for me right there. Let's see what I can do here. Is that one of them? Come on, coming from downtown, taking the loop. That's a position. That's a position. We know what we have to do and where we have to do it. The final penultimate turn. There it is. Take his line. No! No! I think we might get DQ'd for that. I think we might get DQ'd for that. I think the FIA is probably going to review that one. They're probably going to take away my second place after that. But boy, that was rewarding after how many times, days, I've spent days trying to get this video recorded in some way, shape, or form. So that's so satisfying to actually get done, especially through this day and night setting. Thank you guys so much for 100 subscribers. Thank you guys 100 times. Looking forward to the 1,000 video and the 100,000 video subscriber mark. But thank you guys. I do appreciate it. Like this video if you enjoyed. I'm glad we were able to pull out second place there. And subscribe for more. There's more coming, I promise. You know, there's no stopping anytime soon.